to anything should always be in the why, and it should always start at the why. So basically, the reason we essentially do work is for a desired outcome, something that we want to happen, right? This is basically sort of like the goal and everything. So everything comes from that desire, and it's this burning desire that we need to harvest and grow for us to get to that goal, right? As men of self-improvement, we have that goal, that huge big thing, and this burning desire in us to go and get it. So if we can harvest that burning desire and make it even more, then of course that's just going to give us far much more rewards, as we're just going to be so much more obsessed with what we're doing, which is just essentially the whole thing about the masculine. It's just being so much more purposeful towards what you want to do, right? And towards what you want to achieve. So story time. I've deeply admired people like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, right? Um, because I'm a huge fan of basketball, and don't ask me if I'm watching the playoffs. The Mavs and Luka didn't make it to the playoffs, so it's don't ask me. And I'm not really watching the NBA finals, but I'm just it's all just a side tangent. But all the best for Jokic. I do hope the Nuggets win though. But I'm more concerned about the YouTube channel right now. So going back is I've always deeply admired people like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, and it's never really been because of like their super like fadeaways, or their sweet jumpers that they just pull up from three, stuff like that. Look, like their sweet like um what is it, mid-range jumpers, or their angel-like layups, right? The up and unders. The have you seen that, the one where just bro, everybody just flies up with Jordan, and then he just waits for them to come down and he just finishes up. It's just crazy stuff like that that these people do on the court. But that's not what I've most deeply admired about them. It's not their like pure skill. It's most definitely the deep, the fire in their eyes of deep desire. That fiery desire. That's what I've deeply admired about them. It's about their obsession to the game. It's For them, it's winning is not everything. It is the only thing. It's the only thing that they're thinking about. Winning is not everything. It is the only thing. And that obsession about the game. When you hear about like Kobe Bryant, like from starts training from 4 a.m. to all the way to like 7, 8, 9 p.m. and just every single day and stuff like that. All that grind work, and just about how much they think about the game, where everything revolves around the game. They're always watching back their clips. I can improve on this. I can improve on that, and just studying the game and just practicing so much, just putting so much more to becoming a better basketball player, just working on their craft. That's just, for me, has been the most deepest thing that I've admired about them. It's this hard work and determination, and this man, bro, this burning desire to go get what you want. That's been by far for me the most thing I've admired about them. And winners and losers have the same goals, right? They both just want to win. Winners and losers both just want to win. But the thing that separates them is, of course, the actions that they take towards winning, right? So the root of all actions is our thoughts, and our thoughts is mostly this burning desire. So it's not about if you're patient. It's about how patient you are. It's not about how tolerant you are to. It's not about how tolerant you are. It's about how tolerant you are. You know what I mean? So if we have this goal, this vision, because winners and losers both have this vision, this burning desire, but it's about how much you want it. So if we can increase this burning desire, which of course will basically make us think about the goal far much more often, how we can get to that goal, then of course we're just more likely to take that action towards that. So how could dudes like us, who are basically not 6'6", super athletic, 1% top talent in basketball, actually get to the top, right, and reach the amount of success that we want through desire and obsession? So what I've basically been doing is using this thing called thought dumps, right? So I've been taking a lot of thought dumps. Essentially, what this basically does is, if you want to have more thoughts about a certain thing, then you just start dumping those thoughts inside your brain. You think more about it. So how this works is, imagine you a great analogy would be, imagine you have seeds and you want to start growing a farm, right? So you wouldn't just plant the seeds and then just spontaneously, oh man, like these plants should grow just by planting the seeds. That's not how it works, right? For the plants to actually grow, you need to plant the seeds, start watering them every day, put more fertilizer into the soil, make sure, maybe make some fences around them so like different animals and like weird sort of like germs and stuff like don't like destroy the plants, right? So that they can actually properly grow. And it takes a lot of work for that to happen. This is essentially what thoughts are as well. Thoughts are those seeds that you have. It's the water that you put for the plant and the fertilizer as well. You make fences around so animals, which maybe are distractions, you kick them all out. All you want to think about are these thoughts that you're planting and growing. And eventually, you start planting so many seeds and starting so many plants in your brain. That farm is all just about that single thought, that burning desire. So that's essentially what it is, right? Suddenly your brain just grows at the plant, and all that it's harvesting is that burning desire to get after that goal. So that's basically what I do. I just start thinking so much more about what I want, which is basically this burning desire. So every time I'm taking a dump, I'm thinking about YouTube. Every time I'm taking a shower, I'm just gonna be thinking about YouTube. Every single time, or YouTube or business. So everything I'm doing is just thinking about YouTube and business, and then suddenly, bro, like it doesn't even take as long as growing a farm. Growing a farm is going to take a long time, but suddenly your brain just gets muscle memory, and it just starts growing the seeds for you, right? Starts growing the plants for you, and then your brain just starts obsessing about it naturally. But initially, of course, we're just going to have to use thought dumps. We just start chucking the seeds over and start planting them, put in the water, put in the fertilizer, take all the distractions out, put in the fences around our plants so these animals don't like run over our farm. And suddenly you're just building this huge farm of just burning desire to get after what you want. And you start taking serious action from then on because it's all that you can think about. Imagine if it's all that you can think about, naturally you're just going to start be more inclined to do the work, right? So that's essentially what I've just been implementing this whole week. It's just been putting more thoughts of YouTube and business into my head, and I feel a huge difference from that. Just obsessing about this one thing. So I hope you start to cultivate the burning desire, and then you guys have been able to gain some value from this video. So um, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and keep improving.